Hello, miners and crafters, and welcome to another episode of Broke Rock, where today I'm starting things off in the newly built spider spawner, or double spider spawner, or 1.5. I don't know which one of the two you want to call it, but we're here, and bam! You see this? New and improved. See, we got a chest here with all kinds of enchanted stuff I've been enchanting. We got ourselves a bed, which we can't actually use at the moment because I need to kill all the spiders over there. Entrance, exit, a track that goes back and forth. I can even turn it on and off. There you go. Oops. That's going to stay there for a few seconds, and then, here, let me go in here. After a while, it's going to switch to the other side. You'll even hear a piston. And any second now. There we go. Now I'm on this side, loading the other spawner. And that is how it goes. I'm going to turn this off. And then, as you'll notice, I've turned most of my stuff into wool, and I got a whole bunch of it. So that's going to be good. Something I didn't think of. And then I've also been getting bones, because spider jockeys, they're a thing. And then, of course, we have Mysterious Pain here helping us. How you doing there, Pain? Anyway, let me show you what I've done here. Here's my exit. Real nice. And then all the way down back to the bottom. And come on. There we go. This is neat too, because sometimes I'll be AFKing at the spider farm, and then I'll look over here and there'll be a ink sac. So squids sometimes fall down here, and I use that. So there you go. This is the spawner. But today we're going to be working mostly on the Imperial Star Destroyer, of course. So let's go ahead and get to that. So the reason I put this project off in the last episode was because it was too daunting of a task to do without the proper tools. First of all, I needed enough string to be able to make enough scaffolding to make this an easy job. And secondly, I needed the XP to enchant all these tools to make sure I can do my job fast and efficiently. But now that we have all this good gear and all of this good scaffolding, we're going to start construction on this thing immediately. Now, I've realized a lot of people online doing the mistake of having the support for scaffolding 4 blocks apart. So doing that, and then once it falls there, they'll leave it like that and then use that as the next support. Oops. Here, let me show you guys. We'll use that as the next support, right? But you don't need to do that. There we go. If I take all of this down and go leave a gap of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then the 9th one goes right there. Then it's as simple as, there we go. You don't need supports in the middle. In fact, it's much easier to take down like this, because you only have to take down this, and the whole thing comes apart. So I'm going to go ahead and surround the Star Destroyer with this stuff so I can have myself a grid to work on, and then come back once it's all filled up. So this is a very loose indicator of how things are going to go. I've extended the scaffolding up to here on this side, but on that side I have extended it much further. And the reason is because that side is going to extend all the way down to somewhere around there. This side is only going to go somewhere around here, and that's because this side is going to be mostly broken. This thing is supposed to be crashed in, and then eventually, maybe throughout the season or maybe in one good go, I'm going to cover part of this with terracotta and sand just to make it look like it's actually crashed into the side of the mountain and not just in some lake. So I'm gonna go ahead and start extending this side out. Now, let's see. There we go. It's difficult to walk on this scaffolding because one crouch can actually start leading you down. See, can I reach it? No. Let's see what I can do. There we go. That should be good. Yep. And then maybe the bottom ones, can I reach them? No? Okay, well, it's fine. That's why I put an extra layer, which now that I think about it, I only did the extra layer on that side. You can see I forgot to put it on this side. So the stairs are going to have to be put in at a different time, but for now I can just keep doing this. This is perfect. Like that. I did not think about this, but that's fine. It's only happening to this. I can replace it eventually. I'm gonna just keep going. Whoops! See, that's exactly what I mean. You crouch to move to the end, and then you can end up going through the blocks. That's fine though. You don't really take damage, so at least you're not dead. But I can just continue this like that. There we go. Matter of fact, I can just... There we go. I mean, obviously, scaffolding is a good way of getting around, but hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, so... It's a great way for me to get up and down and, you know, move around the place, but I don't actually have to use it to place every single block. If it's easier to do it this way, might as well. Alright, let me go ahead and fill this in, and then fill you guys in once it's done. So, interesting thing, I just realized this project is going to be a heck of a lot easier than I initially thought. This line, I originally intended to go all the way down to here, but the way I see it, the increments that I have to do make it so that this line is actually going to be further inside the further down you go down this line. So it's not actually going to end up here. It's going to end up probably around here because it's going to be pretty much diagonal until it goes until a tip. So I'm actually going to have to use way less material than I initially thought. So this is what I've ended up with. It doesn't look the prettiest, and that is because of two reasons. One, the top kind of looks like a pyramid, which is an easy fix because I can take these top two layers away and it should be fine. The other problem is that the shape of it kind of seems off, and at first I thought that the problem was in the front. It kind of looks too squat, too snubby in the front. I mean, I was planning on putting some more, but then seeing what it looked like this, I wasn't quite happy. But then I realized really that the problem was something else. Oh, I wanted to see with the galaxy, but that's okay. Oh, and we got a creeper up there. I put some item frames down and some maps to kind of give me a top-down look, and I realized that the problem really isn't there. The problem is up here. The problem is that this part is too straight, while the gradient on this side is pretty good. So what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to take away probably the straight all the way up to here and kind of make it diagonal again. Make small increments like that, and that way it'll be more natural. And then I'm gonna of course add my tip here and then add the bridge on top of there. So let's go ahead and work on taking down those corners, fixing them up, and then working on the bridge. So that is looking much better, the gradient. I've taken care of that. However, something else I noticed that I did wrong. This going down like this does not look good. It should be pretty straight. So what I'm going to do is, let me show you real quick. I'm going to keep this level, this thing right here, except I'm going to move it inwards by 3 blocks every time. Or I think it's 3 blocks. I think at some point I left 4 blocks. But 3 blocks at a time, and then the gap between the two, I'll figure out a way to get rid of those. So you'll notice that I'm taking down what I built so I can build it level, but I'm taking it down with my fortune pick. This here is my silk touch pick, this is my fortune pick, and this is the one I'm using to take it down. And the reason I'm doing that is because, well, it's finished now, but I was smelting some more cobblestone in there so I can replace the stuff that I'm gonna ruin right now. And the reason I don't want to use my silk touch on it is because it does not have unbreaking, and I really do not want to destroy my silk touch pick. And of course this is going to be much better. It's going to take a longer time. I really am getting low on durability. I don't have mending on pretty much anything except my fishing rod. So right now I just want to conserve on materials while I get this done, and then after that I guess it's gonna have to be a quest for mending, because I'm either gonna have to do some fishing for a long time, or try and maybe get some villager trading. I don't know, we'll see. Anyway, let me continue this and show you what I do after I'm done. So something else you'll notice is that I decided to actually build the whole Star Destroyer without it being ruined for the time being, because it is much easier to build something whole and then ruin it than it is to build something already ruined, if that makes any sense. So that right there I think is looking pretty good, at least on the sides. The gradient is also looking good. What I don't really like is how this bit here seems a bit flat. So what I might do is I might cover this area right here with slab, some of it, so it can be a half slab. Then I'll let this part be just as flat as it needs to be right here, and then these two bits I'll probably do with half slabs below that, so it'll be just a little more smoother going down to the middle. But it can't go any further up or down, because that is the very middle of that, and it'll throw the whole thing off shape. So I'm going to continue building this in this episode, but it's going to be a next day. So I'm going to take a break from now, come back the next day, and see if I can get this done with a clear head, because this has been a massive project and it's really grinding me down. And it is the next day, and I have begun work on the bridge, and this is what I've got so far. I use stone brick stairs. They look nice, except it needs to be much bigger. It needs to come out basically right around here, and it needs to be taller before it starts to branch out to the left and to the right. And then on the back, I'm going to use some more cyan terracotta that I use to make the back wall of this. So the back wall is going to extend upwards and then to the left and to the right. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, I know we've been spending most of this episode standing at the top of scaffolding looking at this thing, but we don't have an elytra yet, so we're going to have to make do with scaffolding. But this is an improvement so far. However, it looks good from this side, but not so much from this side. I think what the problem is here is that these two are too far away from each other. I need to bring the walls in a bit closer, maybe closer to right here and there. And then the bigger part, that's what's going to extend left and right. Looking much better there on the top now, and all I need to do is add the sides of the bridge, and the bridge will be complete. I'm going to have glass in the front, and then that should be it for that side right there. So these are the final blocks of the floor of the bridge, and I have 3 blocks right here, 5 blocks, and then 5 over here. I did it in, increments of slabs. Same thing on the other side. Let's have a look down there to see what it looks like. If I had an elytra right now, I'd show you right away, but I'm going to cut to when I'm down there. There we go. Now, I know there's 1 block there that was placed underneath there accidentally, but if you ignore that, that actually looks pretty good. I'm going to expand it on both sides. The only thing I'm going to leave is a big hole here in the corner. Place some fires around there, and then I might actually use the bridge as a sleeping area. That's probably where my bed is going to be. So let's go ahead and build it up. Alright, this is looking nice. It's not cramped at all. It's got a lot of space. So it looks like I'm going to have a lot more than just a bed here. I'm going to have quite a bit of stuff, which is good. I mean, I like all this space. This is really nice. And this is just the bridge. This is, I mean, we have a whole bunch of space to fill down there. Probably going to be filled all with farms. But this is nice. It's got a nice view out here. I mean, obviously, here, let me come over here. I haven't really built much of anything, but, you know, at least you can see well. You can see all the stuff down here, and then on this side, there's a great view as well. Those mountains. Those are nice. And then, of course, it looks real nice from down. Whoops! There we go. Let's go all the way down there. And I'll show you what it looks like from the back. And from the front, for that matter. So, hold on. From that angle, it does look kind of wanky, out of whack, janky, however you want to call it. Here we go. It's looking better from here, isn't it? That's nice. And then I'm going to add some antennas up there, probably in the next episode, because I'm about to end it here pretty soon. But let's have a look in the front. As we climb up this scaffolding, it's really weird to see that there's an ice biome right next to the mesa biome. But anyway, this is how it looks. Looks pretty decent, I think. I think once we put the bits and bobs on top, it'll look fine. And then once we finish this all off, it'll be great. This area here that I said was flat, I think what I'm going to do to give it some texture is probably I'm actually going to put some weapons on here. That, I think, will give it a nice, you know, make it look so that it's lived in. And then eventually, later on, I am going to get this all ruined. But first, I really want to get it fixed the right way and then ruin it. And I know that this has been a short episode of Brock Rock, but I really haven't had time. This is a massive, massive progress. Massive, massive project is what I meant to say. But we have made plenty of progress. That's what I meant to say. So anyway, thank you all for watching, Minus the Crafters. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, and don't forget to hit that bell.